There are no limits in Beverly Hills, where brides are engaged in pleasure, in love with luxury, and married to the good life. Mayfair screams magnificent. This swanky section of central London is famous for Berkeley Square, Hyde Park, and a bevy of bodacious boutiques. This haven of conspicuous consumption is a shopaholic heaven. One of the most celebrated landmarks in Mayfair is Claridge's Hotel. The plush penthouse goes for 10 grand a night. And if you're lucky enough to have your wedding reception in the likes of the stunning Amaryllis Room, you're guaranteed one sweet dream. Especially if Mitch Turner designs your wedding cake.
I've been very much the innovator for creating the whole idea behind the designer wedding cake. It's very much bringing our style, which tends to be very clean, very classical, very contemporary, creating designs that become desirable and very fashionable in their own right.
Mitch has been called the Bentley of cake makers. She's a food scientist who has literally written the book, several books actually, on fantastic cakes. Her dazzling confections are posh enough for posh.
We've created cakes for some very high-profile celebrity clients. Those would include wedding cakes for Madonna, Pierce Brosnan and Paul McCartney. We've created anniversary cakes for Her Majesty the Queen, and we've also done birthday cakes for the likes of Gordon Ramsay and David Beckham. This cake is a replica of the one I created for the Queen and the Duke of Edinburgh for their 60th wedding anniversary. And then the little stars that are hand-piped onto each tier have actually taken inspiration from the embroidery that the Queen had on her wedding dress on the day.
The Little Venice Cake Company creations take inspiration from fashion. Whether it's early 20th century sophistication or modern-day chic.
The idea for this particular one, which is chocolate that's been lustered heavily with bronze and then lacquered and then detailed with tiny black pearls, is very much inspired by the beautiful corsets and basques, the very sort of nipped and tucked. So the idea here that I've hand-piped everything in the black. So it's incredibly decadent, elegant, chic, sexy, but still very Little Venice Cake Company. And this particular design here, which I love, is called the Perlique, and it's inspired much more by the modern day, the whole Rosa Clara, Karl Lagerfeld, Christian Lacroix, beautiful, stunning designer wedding dresses, which we're seeing much more coming into the market. So I've kept this very, very simple with very beautiful white detail, a mixture of handpipe and trellis work on the cake, but even picking up the little pearls around the top of the ribbon, and then quite simply dressed with a fresh lily.
Mitch is the Michelangelo of marzipan and meringue. Like no one else, she whips fondant, flowers and buttercream into tantalizing towers of edible luxury. Her chocolate creations are an almost erotic slice of paradise. Don't come here if you're a bride on a budget. Many of Mitch's cakes cost thousands of dollars. Her most expensive cake ever sold for a sugary sweet $20,000. With gilded chocolate fans, black beads, and vertical pinstripes, Mitch's cakes don't just look spectacular, they taste luscious.
We have a traditional rich fruit celebration cake that's baked with brandy. We have a carrot cake that's baked with walnuts, sultanas and coconut with an orange buttercream. A chocolate truffle torte that's made with melted Belgian chocolate with a chocolate ganache buttercream. A luscious lemon cake with the zest of fresh lemons, the juice of which we turn into a syrup that's poured into the cake. And then a Madagascan vanilla cake that has a Madagascan vanilla cream.
If you pay thousands of dollars for your bespoke wedding cake, you get it just the way you want it, no matter how unusual. Mitch Turner's team transforms simple sugar paste into sensational sculptures.
I've been asked to create a 5-foot chocolate helter scale gilded with Venetian masks. We've been asked to design a stage of a pantomime with the whole theatrical red curtain and the gold fringing detail. Everything right through to chocolate-covered Buddhas, if that's what the client desires.
The sweet spectacle doesn't end there. Mitch adorns her creations with fresh orchids, Grand Prix roses and pink lilies. And forget those cheap plastic bride and groom cake toppers. At Little Venice, you can get a bespoke figurine crafted from clay in the image of you and your amour.
What we're finding with our clients is that they want to be able to afford the Jimmy Choos, they want to be able to afford the Chanel handbag, they want to be able to come and get the Little Venice Cake Company designed cake. And that, for me, is fabulous.
For England's queen of couture cakes, life is sweet indeed.
We like all the shows we put on air. Even better when they've earned 72 nominations at this year's Emmys. We thought you should know that, and the fact that you're in good hands when it comes to the best that television has to offer. We're Pearl. Hope you like what you see. Individuals embarking on new ventures or carrying out ongoing projects that will soon make significant contributions in science, exploration, or conservation. The Rolex Awards for Enterprise. Thursday night at 8 on Pearl. This summer,